Hello there, it's Nilesh Gandhi here from Laptop Care. Friends, again I am back here with one more interesting case study. Laptop is Acer and motherboard part number is LA-B991P revision 1.0. This, this laptop arrived here due to water damage issue and by mistake customer has put it on after getting water damaged and laptop gone to no display state. So before proceeding for case study, friends, please do subscribe my channel and support us, and also like my video and give your valuable feedback in comment section. Also link to my telegram groups for tools, helping hand support is given at the end of video. Please do join there and share your experiences or questions. Thank you, friends. This is a front of laptop motherboard of Acer. This motherboard is a Broadwell ULT CPU. It's a single CPU onboard SoC. IO is KB9022, that is ENE, which is programmable. And on connecting this laptop to DC supply, this is a back of a board. On connecting DC supply, the current consumption of DC supply showing only 2 milliamps, which is very low, and sometime laptop goes power off after triggering to 2 milliamps. There is a LED on the side of board which turns on for some second and then turns off. This on and off triggering of LED indicates that board is getting triggered on pressing power button. So definitely there are hopes that we will revive this board to normal position, and even after getting trigger, there is no much current variation on DC supply and it remains stuck to 2 milliamps. Sometime it jumps for few seconds and then back to 2 milliamps. So the condition was not stable, but average consumption was 2 milliamps, which is very low. Now here on checking straight away to standby section after opening the laptop, we found LDO voltage is okay, but 3 volt and 5 volt always voltage seems to be okay on multimeter, but the curve is not right on DSO. So when we check on DSO, we found that this plus 5 volt always and 3 volt always after triggering, that is after putting on the power button, goes low for 80 milliseconds and then again comes back to normal level, and definitely this is glitch. This waveform is not correct, and because of 5 volt always, 3 volt always also giving glitch. So it's not constant DC line on DSO, and this is not correct. So there is a problem somewhere because the waveform is broken. Now question is that why this is happening, and which section is responsible for this issue. So we need to find out which section is responsible for this particular issue, and we need to check board thoroughly. On pressing power button, it is observed that plus 5 volt ALW, that is always, is pulled down, which is indirectly again causing plus 3 volt always line also to go down, and voltage starts dropping slowly. So it is time to check how to get back a normal curve on this 3 volt 5 volt always line. This fault generally occurs because there is a short circuit on output side of plus 5 voltage, plus 5 volt always coil side, that is output side of the coil, that is a section ahead of plus 5 volt always coil. Question is where, because if we see on schematic, this plus 5 volt always goes to many places after its generation. Then how to determine this fault, where this fault is lying? Now let's check, friend, the schematic. This is a schematic of EA50, that is our LA-B991P board. When we go to standby sections straight away, we will see that this 5 volt always, here there are, this is a standby section. PU401 is 5 volt always chip, and 3 volt always chip, and this PU402 is for 5 volt always. This both are separate ICs or chips for generating 3 volt and 5 volt voltages over here. So when we are checking, we found that from B plus it is generating 3 volt always P, and from B plus this particular IC is generating plus 5 volt always P, and here after the jumper PJ402, this particular voltage is converted to our plus 5 volt always. So I have explained how this solder pad or jumper works in my previous videos. Friends, you can check down my previous videos for explanation about jumper pads on board. And let's see how this plus 5 volt always is dropping, and indication that there is a short on this output side. So we will find out, and we will also see which different sections it is going, that is plus 5 volt always going to many places. If we'll check over here, plus 5 volt always, we'll find out how many places it goes. So first it is after PJ402 jumper pad, then this particular section is our RAM supply section, that is PU501, RT8207M. Then this particular section PU701 is 1.5 volt VSP voltage. This particular section is TPS5121D IC, that is for supply 1.5 volt VSDG PUP. And definitely many more other places, including this U45 where it goes as a driving voltage. This is for DDR3 RAM section. Again, in USB section, this plus 5 volt always is used for USB supply, and many other places. Okay, let's come back to our presentation. So here we have seen this plus 5 volt always, after getting converted from PJ40 to jumper pad, is going to many sections, and definitely first important section, that is the RAM supply, which is RT8207M, where we have seen this voltage is used for RAM supply. Here this RAM supply section is pulled up via 100 ohm resistor for RT8207M. We can see here this plus 5 volt always is going to this particular RT8207M, that is memory supply IC, and it is pulled up via a resistor over here, and at many places this 5 volt always is getting pulled up via 100 ohm resistor. Even if this one side of resistor is shorted, at the other end it will not pull plus 5 volt voltage to 0 volt, since there is enough resistance to hold. So we need to check ICs for shorting and MOSFETs, where we may have possible shorting, and we need to disconnect this pull up resistor and cross check with IC for impedance checking for each of them. Here plus 5 volt always only goes directly to PU501, which is RT8207M. U11, that is DC to DC section, and U25, which is USB supply section. So these are the common place where it is going directly. So we need to check this section first, and here first section P for RAM supply, that is RT8207M, we disconnected this particular resistor to check shorting at this particular junction, and after removing this particular resistor, the voltage on DC supply and current consumption back to normal, that is around 15 milliamps. So definitely it is an indication that this particular IC is gone bad. So immediately first I have removed this particular IC and I have replaced it with a good one, and again this pull up this VDD resistor is connected, PR504, and we have seen around 20 milliamps consumption on CC, that DC supply, which is normal, bingo. So definitely here problem is solved, and after replacing this PU501, we have pressed power button on laptop to trigger the board, and here is the reading. It's normal voltage and current fluctuation, and reading is normal, which is indicating the display is back. And again we have confirmed on DSO that the glitch is removed on 5 volt always and 3 volt always line, and definitely board is okay now and it's performing well. So this is one of the simple and interesting case study to learn many things. A step by step solution and checking will give us a definite good result, and instead of checking here and there and rushing everywhere, it's better to go step by step. We need to trace where a particular voltage is going, in which section it is going, can we isolate that section, can we cross check before removing any IC or component, so that we have a confirmation that our board or our laptop is ready, and will definitely get 100% satisfactory result, where we have satisfaction and our customer is also satisfied and the job is done. So thank you friends, I hope you have enjoyed this particular case study of mine. And here I want to announce one more thing. We are starting an online laptop training course for the freshers who are working with this industry, and they are freshers, they don't know how to repair, how to find out the sections of board, how to open laptop properly, but they are willing to learn something new. So here Laptop Care is offering online laptop training course for freshers, where they do not need any experience, but they must have willingness to learn something and learn technology with confidence, which is our slogan. Here step by step knowledge sharing and training will be provided, practical steps and solution will be provided. It is a course for beginner to advanced level. The course ends with quiz section and answer section every day, and definitely there will be a lifetime support for BIOS, schematic, board view, HD images. If anyone is interested, they can message me on this WhatsApp number or telegram me on this particular ID. So thank you friends for your interest. I am Nilesh Gandhi from Laptop Care, and these are my links for Telegram support group and WhatsApp number. You can check here the links and join my group, and definitely get your solutions for your queries. Thank you friends, have a good day, bye.